come on!
Very well, I shall reach out as far...
Fubuki! Yeah, the muzzle of the gun at the crime scene was still hot. Out of the 6 bullets loaded in it, which means the bullet that killed Shachi
I am a hindrance.
What? Still think you can't solve mysteries, you can't use... So yeah!
Fubuki,
I am fine, Yuma. I am terribly sorry.
you don't have to worry about it. If it...
No. I must become strong enough to take on the world. I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even have the title of Warrior of Light.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor, too.
In contrast, I have nothing. Besides the ability to wind back time, and my only merit is useless here.
You're getting real... Master, help me. Even if you didn't fire the gun, I'll for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Accomplice threw the gun over to you. Shachi's hand. Master plan. Is the shot taken? There's one spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door.
Huh? Oh, I
Right.
guess she explains it afterwards. Alright. Actually, no. This is it.
Threw the gun over to you. Master plan. There's one spot where the shot could have been. You shot next door.
I'll slash through this mystery. The neighboring building didn't have any windows. But that building was taller than the hideout. If the victim was sniped from that height, the gunshot wound through his head. Based on the gunshot wound, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building. But it's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
Maybe.
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by the...
Assuredly. And
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, he could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him.
That's true.
And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
that actually makes sense.
That's a good point. Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
So it must be a homicide.
No! Suicide! Suicide!
It had to be a homicide.
The
Had
letters
to be.
are written as Yuma's blood. Yuma.
Sure, is that...
It is...
No!
Right here! I'm sure this is the right way.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right? But Master, you were on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof. How did the culprit shoot the victim and get away? See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You better explain yourself.
Very well, I shall.
It had to be someone who
I
worked at
completely
the
agree with
Amaterasu
what you
power
said.
plant. Because they're the only ones who would
I
have known
didn't
about
say
it.
anything.
There's an umbrella
So what
on
do
the
you think,
scene,
Master?
and there's an umbrella too.
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet.
It had to be someone who works at Amaterasu. Could have been the old man. The reasoning?
If it was in fact a homicide, if I can just...
Oh, like this? Here, this is everything left at the scene. This should be easy mode. I made sure to
The
pull
umbrella.
everything straight out of your memory,
I was actually
Master.
just talking about it, so that's actually pretty
I'm
convenient.
sure there's a clue point.
We do not have much...
There must be something. There has to be a clue. I have to find it. Wait, what if I use the umbrella?
What will you do with that?
I use it like a rod for a brace.
I see. Oh wait, how will that stop anything serious?
Oh, okay.
I know, it's this.
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one.
That is the gun that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
There's something unique about this gun. A revolver cylinder normally swings out to the left, but the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
I see. That is unusual. You really are the hope.
This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
The junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
I don't know anything. It's happening again?
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Did you try shooting it with the gun?
I'm no marksman. Oh, but it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer... Huh?
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like why I think this gun is out of place? I can't shoot the gun until I figure that out.
Well, Yuma, did you solve it?
Why was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place? The reason why must be relevant.
Are you saying you need my help to solve this? Oh, fun. Since you're here we go. Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle? That's go! That's right!
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Something I could have came to a conclusion to.
That's it! It's because he was left-handed! The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand. If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right. If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way. Which means Shachi is left-handed.
Look! The exit! You did it, Yuma!
Oh, it worked.
All thanks to yours truly.
No, it is...
What? But we'd all be flat. Sure, anyway.
Right.
Yours.
Yeah.
Bad luck. That ends. You can proceed. Shachi definitely committed suicide!
That claim doesn't hold up. No! Shachi didn't commit suicide. All the evidence points to the contrary.
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. So what if the gun was designed for the left? You can still shoot yourself. There's no proof a culprit fired the gun.